Whenever somebody visits any other country from his own country, then you require to visit that country a visa endorsement in your passport. And such visa is required to be taken for most of the countries prior to arrival in that country. Some countries allow this visa to be taken on arrival, but for seafarer who is visiting various countries on his ship, so he can get local passes and temporary visa or pass, dock permit pass, on the strength of his CDC or SID, and seafarers do not require to have visa in most of the countries prior visiting them. But the countries like America, that is known as US, and European countries, they insist that the seafarers who are going to visit and who are going to travel or sign off, sign on, hospitalize, then they should be having visa prior to coming to their country. So such visas are required to be taken by seafarer, and one is US visa, other one is called as Schengen visa. So we are going to see US visa, guide for US visa for Indian seafarers, and visa type is RC1D, general information. And that is the reason why shipping companies insist that all the seafarers who are joining any ship, whether that ship is going to US or not, ship is going to Europe or not, must have the US visa and the Schengen visa. But that in that sequence, US visa, they insist more, because in America, if you do not have visa, and if the seafarer has to sign off, get hospitalized, emergency, then in such situation they can impose a fine, and there can be hurdle to sign off such crew member, and that is why they insist that each seafarer must have US visa prior to joining their company. And Schengen visa, which is there for European countries except UK. So Schengen visa is for 26 countries in Europe, and that visa also some companies say that yes, you must take Schengen visa, so that ship goes to Europe and you have to join, sign off, you have no problem. This US visa, why it becomes so much important is because there is some percentage of rejection of visa. But all other countries, if you want to visit, there is no much percentage of rejection of visa. Normally everybody gets the visa. But US is not so. US visa, there is cases of rejection of visa. And on what grounds they can reject, or they may be rejecting, maybe I am saying, that is, one is your background, your family background, your connections with international groups, or if they suspect some, you are connected to some terrorist activity, piracy activity, or if your name is just a single name, then also sometimes visa getting is difficult. Or they feel that you may not be joining ship and you are just using ship work or seafarer's duty just to get out from India and then go and run away when ship goes to US, and then stay in US with that small US visa. So such causes are there which are verified during interview, and then visa can be rejected, and that is why it becomes so much important, and that is why, that is the purpose this video is made, so that your life is little easy and rejection of visa need not be there for you. So let us see some important point when you fill up your form, online form for the US visa. The crew member in transit category of visa is RC1D. This is that category, RC1D. Online application you have to submit, and for that fees you have to pay online is $200 or equivalent about 15,500 rupees. So this fee is payable on the for with the online application, and this fee most of the companies, shipping companies, do not bear. Do not bear means they will ask you to make US visa and you have to spend this money. So this is another expenditure after you finish your pre-C course and prior joining after selection into the company. So 15,500. And for application of this US visa, keep all the information ready with you, like your school address, then your college address, then your father's name, date of birth, mother's maiden name, means Maike ka naam. So that also keep ready. Then if you are married, then spouse's name, spouse's maiden name. So such things and their birth date, place of birth, everything has to be ready. Sometimes here people may not be having on their fingertips all this information. So it is better when you are filling up this form, keep this information ready with you when you are coming for joining and going for US visa. While filling a form, this information will be useful to you. Purpose of visit, you will tick mark on work. That is the purpose of visit. And other may, what is work? Is shipping. Okay, shipping related work. Then work education training information section. So this is work education training information section. So for going on ship, which specialized education you have taken, that you have to write. Okay, so primary occupation, others specify shipping. Okay, in this column first will come primary occupation, so you will say other and then specify other, in that you will write shipping. Then briefly describe your duties. So whatever duties you are going to do on ship, as a trainee cadet or as a trainee engineer or as trainee ETO or trainee seaman, training engine seaman, training deck seaman, or trainee cook or GS. So that you have to describe here while filling up the form. So you must know what you are going to do. That we are going to discuss in our question answer session. Have you attended any educational institution 10th 12th graduation other than elementary schools? So institute's name you can provide here the information of your maritime training institute. That means where you have taken pre-C training, that training's institute name you can provide here with the address. So what will happen? So they know that you are a technical person and you are going to be working on ship, because for that you have taken education. So once they satisfy here these two things, then getting visa will be little more easier. So name of MTI you have to enter here. Then company will be whichever company you are selected with, shipping company, they will give you later that we are going to post you on ship and ship may be going to US, like that. So that specimen, later specimen also I have attached here in the next slide, so that I will show you. Then you will have to go for interview, biometrics, and photo. Photo will be taken at the visa application centers, and there will be interview also. In interview they will be asking questions, and biometrics also will be taken. When you are going for interview to visa application center, that is VAC, please do not carry any of the electronic gadgets, because they will not be allowing any electronic thing to carry inside the visa application center. So normally what people do, they go two and one person waits outside and the person for interview goes inside. Otherwise, you don't carry any electronic devices with you, or else you may have to take a chance. Outside there are some shops who may be taking this and keeping it in same custody. But it is better not to carry this because they don't allow anything inside. Carry all original documents. आप एक फोल्डर बनाइए और फोल्डर में सारे आपके सर्टिफिकेट, कंपनी लेटर, सिलेक्शन लेटर, प्लेसमेंट लेटर, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, आपके प्रॉपर्टी डॉक्यूमेंट, फादर का घर होगा वैसा प्रॉपर्टी डॉक्यूमेंट, लैंड होगा, पैन, आधार, 10th मार्कशीट, 12th मार्कशीट, सब ओरिजिनल एक फोल्डर में डाल के सही तरीके से फोल्डर एक लेके जाइए, ताकि आपको इंटरव्यू में कुछ भी दिखाना पड़े so that you can show it quickly. यहाँ पे ये सैंपल लेटर्स है जो यूएस एम्बेसी के लिए कॉन्सुलेट जनरल, यूएस कॉन्सुलेट जनरल मुंबई, उनके लिए दिया हुआ कंपनी ने. तो नेम ऑफ एप्लीकेंट आपका नाम रहेगा, आपका पासपोर्ट नंबर रहेगा, डेट ऑफ बर्थ रहेगा, पोजीशन रैंक रहेगा, इन विच पोजीशन यू आर एम्प्लॉयड, सीडीसी नंबर रहेगा, शिप का आईएमओ नंबर देंगे, शिप का नाम देंगे, वेसल नंबर देंगे, ज्वाइनिंग पोर्ट देंगे, साइनिंग ऑफ पोर्ट देंगे या ज्वाइनिंग डेट देंगे, एंड नेम ऑफ कंपनी. इतना ही खाली इंफॉर्मेशन देके दैट्स ऑल. तो इससे ज़्यादा कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन वो लोग यूएस एम्बेसी में कुछ मतलब देने वाले नहीं है. तो इतना ही लेटर देते हैं, नेम ऑफ एप्लीकेंट, पासपोर्ट नंबर, डेट ऑफ बर्थ, पोजीशन रैंक, नेम ऑफ द वेसल, ज्वाइनिंग पोर्ट एंड ज्वाइनिंग डेट. तो इतना ही इंफॉर्मेशन बहुत होता है और उसी के सहारे आपको यूएस वीज़ा मिल जाएगा. क्योंकि ये जो ज्वाइनिंग पोर्ट है ये यूएस का देंगे कोई भी, और ज्वाइनिंग डेट भी दे देंगे विच इज़ 15 दिन के बाद में होगा, 1 महीने के बाद में होगा. तो ऑन दैट बेसिस यू विल गेट द यूएस वीज़ा. आपने सपोज एक कोई एजेंट का सहारा लिया यूएस वीज़ा एप्लीकेशन भरने के लिए, तो बी केयरफुल and be vigilant that agent is entering correct information, because sometimes agent may not be very careful and they may not enter correct information. So make sure before submitting you check all the information whether it is filled up correctly and whatever you have provided to him. After your successful filing of your application, you will get appointment confirmation like this electronic mail, and here appointment date will be given, time will be given, and with this appointment confirmation you have to visit there for interview and biometrics and photo. So already we have seen here the general information which will be useful to you prior to filing your US visa application. In part 2 of the series of this lecture, we will go through question answers which can be expected for the interview during your US visa application process. So for any queries, you can contact me on this email. And thank you for your time and watching this video. Please like if you have liked this video, share this video with your colleagues, and subscribe for this video. Thank you very much. Captain Joke signing off here.